everyone. Welcome back to the Royalty Podcast on the Heavy Crown Network. As you guys know, myself and my little sister Simone are here to recap The Amazing Race Season 38, the Big Brother Amazing Race crossover. And today we are joined by two very special guests, two incredibly lovely ladies. Simone and I just adore these two so much. We have Angela, fan fave from BB26, and her daughter Lexi, who you guys got to see on this season of The Amazing Race. So thank you guys so much for being here to recap this week's episode with us. It has been a long time coming. We have been trying to get you on this podcast, but you guys are in high demand.
Yes.
Let's go. Woo! Thank you for having us on.
Of course, of course.
Thank you guys both for coming. Also, super sidetrack for the viewers and listeners listening and watching. Angela and Lexi, you guys, when Hannah and I got to the orientation, if you will, like the sequester period, you two were the first we saw. Your guys' hotel room was right across from ours, and then we were like, oh my gosh, no way, it's Angela.
Were you guys freaking out of like the peepholes?
No, because Simone and I were only there for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, so we oh, so sorry to interrupt. I was going to say we were getting told like, all right, everybody come down into the convention center. You guys are going to do your orientation. And so somebody came on your guys' door to knock right around the same time somebody came on our door to knock. So we both simultaneously opened our doors from like across the way. But again, Hannah and I, since we got there a bit later, we hadn't seen anybody before. So you guys were officially our first impression of the race. So that'll be cemented in our minds forever.
I remember, Simone, what was their reaction? And she was like, Angela smiled. And we were like, wait, Angela smiled?
We were being so... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Lexi.
Oh, I was going to say, my mom and I were being so nosy in our hotel room. They messed up and gave us a view of the entrance of the hotel. So we got there pretty early. We got to see everybody coming in. We were like, oh my God, it is all Big Brother. Like, we didn't see too many people, but we saw just enough. And yeah, we were looking out of our peepholes. We were like in our little hotel door, like we were being really nosy.
Listening. They know
Okay, well,
you're a hustler at heart.
Yes, exactly.
With that being said, Angela and Lexi, what was, like, when you guys finally found out that it was a Big Brother season, what was sort of your first impression of everyone? You don't have to go through every single person on the cast, but, like, just memorable first impressions. Also, Angela, we do have to, recognize the fact that you ran The Amazing Race with 3 people on your cast of Big Brother, and you had just gotten out of the house. So what was all of that kind of like for you?
Well, honestly, like, I'll say this. I think the first people that we saw was maybe Enzo and his brother.
King.
And when we were in sequester, they were, are we allowed to talk about that? Because that's prior to...
I don't think so.
Yeah, we better not.
Oh, sorry, guys. I broke the fourth wall.
I will say this. When we were all there and we were in the big circle with Phil and we looked amongst everybody, I think it was Enzo and his brother that Lexi and I were like, okay, they're front runners. Like, they're going to, bypass us.
Annihilate.
Yes, that too.
Listen,
there were so many like strong competitive teams, and we knew if it ever came down to a foot race, I'd be in big trouble, like big time. But honestly, I feel like Lexi and I were really excited to play with everybody that was there. It was fun, and I think it just lit a fire in us about like, oh my gosh, now we've got something to prove. Like, this is Big Brother and a loved one. What are we going to do here? We've got to really make sure that we are going to keep up and be very competitive along with these teams. They're all so strong.
We knew how special this Amazing Race season was, it's all Big Brother.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's never been done. It's a really special season. And while watching it, I love watching it. I'm having so much fun watching it. Oh, it's so great.
Me too. I wish, obviously, that both of our teams were still in the running. I wish that, you know, all but one of the all women teams had not been knocked out. But I'm rooting for Izzy and Paige. Hello, they're killing it. They're dominating it. I literally love watching them because they're so good at racing, but also because I love their personal dynamic. And I think when you know them in person, you just appreciate it that much more. But Lexi, what
And
was
all girl team.
Yes, exactly. And Lexi, what was it like for you to walk in as your mom's loved one? Obviously, she played Big Brother and you watched her on Big Brother, I can assume. And now you guys are racing with three people she just lived with last summer and their loved ones. Because as a loved one, like you're very protective over your mom, your sister, your brother, your dad, whatever. So yeah, what was that like for you?
I felt badass walking in with my mom. I am her biggest fan, so I already felt like I was like with the cool person. Well, I think everyone's cool, but I really did. I was like, damn, like that's my mom. You know what I mean? And I'm like so proud to show her off. Yeah. And so I already kind of had like a big head going into this. Can I see that?
Yeah, you can.
Sure.
And then okay, so obviously I feel like I'm so protective, like over any of my family members and friends. And so, you know, I was on those Big Brother live feeds and I saw what people had to say about her that was on her season. Mm-hmm. So I already kind of was like, I don't know, but love Tucker and yeah. I don't know, did that make sense?
We love Tucker too. So
yes!
Tucker, shout out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that he has like beef with my mom, not really, but like it was kind of funny to see.
He does not have beef with me.
No,
he does not.
No. Audience, you heard it here first. This is Angela and Lexi are setting the record straight.
Chuck and I do not have beef.
You have
never had beef. I think that it's funny how people online like to like piece it together because they don't know the whole thing, you know. And I think it's fun to have banter back and forth with Tucker, but like the truth is, and so many people are so angry with me for like, you know, trying to get him out of the house. The truth is that he was going around the house telling people that I was the instigator. So I had people coming to me already. So he was the first one that made the move against me. And so it really put me in a state of like, oh shoot, paranoia again. And so he made that first move. And then so I kind of, you know, combated that. And we just don't have beef. There was just a certain somebody who asked him not to follow me. And so he did that because he cared about that person at the time. But now he, you know, it is what it is. And we're friends. It doesn't matter. And he does follow me now. And so.
Well, I remember when, like, in the first episode when everybody was doing their intros, not like in the circle, but whenever they would cut to the confessionals, I think that it was you, Angela, not Tucker, that said, like, oh, I remember Tucker because he was conspiring to get everybody against me. And then they cut to a clip of you saying to him, why are you conspiring against everybody to get me? It was just so funny the way they edited it.
I love the way they edit. It's so funny. I just take it all with a grain of salt and just have fun with it.
Yes.
100%.
Angela and Lexi, how did you guys prepare for something like The Amazing Race? Because Angela, again, you got out of the Big Brother house, I want to say maybe like 5 months before we started filming this. And so that's a very quick turnaround period. You know, you're back to your old life, you're trying to readjust, you're catching up with your family and your friends, but then on top of that, you're going through the casting process of another show and being expected to run miles and do all these things. So how did that work for you guys when you guys don't even live in the same city?
Lexi comes back for a lot of visits, so that's nice. She always has.
Like once a month, I'll be there for a week.
Oh, okay.
I'll let Lexi answer that because she really pushed us.
Okay, I kind of slacked a little bit though in the beginning because honestly, like even you guys maybe might know. Well, of course you guys know. We really didn't know it was a for sure thing until like really a month beforehand for us. And so I didn't have my head fully in it and invested like, oh, like this, it's go time, and I hate getting my hopes up.
Mhm.
And so I still stay pretty active in the gym, but I wasn't really like training too hard. And then as soon as we got that go ahead, like, you guys are leaving in a month, it was like, all right, let's go. My mom kind of tricked a dealership. We were like test driving stick shift cars.
I can't
And-
believe you're gonna tell that story.
Too late. We already started. We have to hear it.
Yeah, my daughter's just really looking for a stick. Like, it has to be a stick shift. And the dealership was like looking at me like, oh, do you know it? Do you have an experience with a stick shift? And I'm over here like, yeah. Like, and then luckily they let us take it without having the salesperson in the car, because it was a small car and it was my dad, my mom, and me, because my dad was teaching me. And so we kind of made the excuse like, oh, is it okay if, like, we just take it, like, we'll be back. So I don't know, we did some of that training.
He
My
was
dad
texting us. The salesperson was texting us. Are you guys coming back?
Oh yeah, our test drive was 2 hours long.
Oh my God.
We just had to make sure.
I'm so done. The title of this episode needs to be Angela and Lexi steal car in preparation for
Yeah.
the
Well, we also need to hear, because this story has just been the talk of the town, but they didn't put it into the edit, that Angela, and I'm not sure if it was both you, Angela, and Lexi, or just Angela, who flirted with the gas station attendant, like, to get free stuff. Like, please tell us. I wish that they put that in.
So it was just both Lexi and I. So we go in, we have like, I don't know, we've been up all night, and we're with Taylor and Kylan, and we're with Alex and Kat, and I think Matt,
Turner and Megan.
and
No.
Megan were there too.
No,
And,
not yet.
What does it
Oh,
say?
right.
Okay. And we went into this place with camera crew, everything. Everyone's really, really tired and hungry. Why does my device keep saying it's running low on storage? Am I recording this?
Yeah, you should be recording.
Oh, I don't know what. I don't have a lot of storage on my phone, ladies. So hopefully,
So sorry. No, it's not gonna be like saved to your recording.
Okay. Okay. So I just want to cut me off. So we're in this convenient / cafe type store, and we all have to go to the bathroom. Like I said, we're hungry, and I asked the attendant that's working there. It's only him. He's making all these beautiful sandwiches, and I'm like, "Can we use the restroom?" And he literally like looks up at me real quick and says it's broken. And we're like, oh my gosh. And so then we go back, sit down, and I'm like, screw that. I go up there, Lex and I go up there, and I'm like, oh, those sandwiches look so good. Like, what's in them? And I'm just going on and on, just being really complimentary to him. Just, we're both doing it, just being really sweet. And then he's like, I was like, are you sure your bathroom's locked? And he's like, you know what, here. And he gave me the key, and then we went back and gave it, and I was like, those sandwiches look so great. And he goes, why don't you get one? I go, we can't. And he's like, well, why not? And I go, we're on a race, and it's limited funds. We don't know how much we have to spend, or, kind of situation. And he's like, and I just like smile at him, and I'm just being so kind. And
by the way, this escalated so fast.
Oh, it did. It did. Didn't it?
It was like whiplash. Like, Mom, he was inviting you to his home.
He was.
What?
Time.
He's like, you have to come back and visit me, and you can come stay with me, and all these things. I'm like, do you not know that I am a nana?
Wait, I'm so mad.
I also love how that's the deciding factor. Not
like
even,
20,
does he know I'm not from
28?
this
I don't know.
continent? Does he know that I'm a stranger? Does he know that I'm a nana? It's like,
when we were leaving, we literally left that store.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry. We literally left that store with like 5 sandwiches, like those big long subs, like 10 bakery items, like the muffins, the donuts. Like, it was actually insane. As we were leaving, we were blowing kisses to him, like, Mom, like, I'll see you again. And it just escalated like within a span of 5 minutes.
Wait, I'm so dead because Angela and Enzo, why are you, like, you two are the only ones who I think have stories like that. Because do you remember how Enzo was telling us he ended up in someone's yard and they were having coffee and talking about each other's kids?
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, we were immersed ourselves there. You know, we had some fun. It's not all business. We had to eat. And I told everybody that was with us, if you stick with us, like stick with us and I'll feed you. Okay? Because I'm a foodie. You're gonna eat. I'll figure out a way. I'm a hustler, guys. I grew up pretty damn poor, so I knew how to get food.
Oh, you're
right?
resourceful. You're
We
resourceful.
love it.
And can we, before we get into recapping this week, again, we want to like just catch up with you guys and get a feel for what your guys' experience was like. Can you kind of bring us through your experience on the first leg and then talk us through your experience on the second leg? Like, what were some of your favorite memories? What were some moments that were really tough? When were some times that you guys really had to lean on each other?
Yeah, I'll let Lexi start.
Okay, I was not expecting how quickly we were thrown into the race, literally after that long flight. I don't know really what I was expecting. I was like, no, they have to give us lunch breaks. Like, they just don't air it. No, there's no lunch breaks.
We
They
thought
can't
so
use
too.
food you eat. Like, that's up to you on your race time. And so it was just kind of like a little bit of a shock. I was like, oops, okay, we're like getting into this. And then seeing how competitive everybody was, it kind of like made me shell up a little bit. And like get a little scared, like, oh my god, they're like seeing everybody's skills right off the bat. They're quick, they finished that challenge fast, and it just felt like we were like falling behind already. So it was honestly like kind of discouraging a little bit. And then just some of my favorite moments though, like, okay, actually this was really funny. The first time my mom was freaking out too, like every 5 seconds it was Lexi, and oh my god, and I actually felt like I was, I don't even know, in a fever dream.
I'm extremely competitive, and
Yeah.
I knew that if I mean, I probably shouldn't have said her name so many times, but I just knew I needed her to be as competitive. And now she's competitive as well. I just wanted to like really express like the urgency that we had to go. And I knew that I was going to be the weaker link between the two of us. And tell me why we decided to pack 16-pound bags, and we thought that was little. But I thought we held our own, because on the first challenge, when we had to do the human bowling ball situation, I thought we held our own. We were not the last to leave.
Yeah,
there were 2 or 3 other teams there. And honestly, we actually got to fill into the circle where we all met up with each other pretty relatively great. In fact, Jag and Jazz, they're so quick. I felt wind go past me as we're running to fill. They were that quick. I was like, who are these supermen? Like, what the heck? They were so quick.
Yeah. It gave me like...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, after, when like, especially not finishing last in the bowling challenge, like it really gave me like a spark of like, oh my god, like a little bit of shock. I was like, holy shit, like what just happened? And then just that hope, like, oh my god, we got this. Like, let's do this, you know?
Yeah,
I'm a huge fan of The Amazing Race. I watch it pretty regularly. I like it a lot. And I knew too that there would be some stages where we'd have equalizers, you know, whether it was a flight or a train or whatever. I also knew that if we were at the bottom of the pack and it was a foot race, I probably wouldn't fare as well as somebody else. And I have to hand it, it's not just about my age, like it's also physicality, but I have to hand it to watching Jack right now with Chelsea. I am so impressed with everything he has endured physically on this challenge, this race. I mean, he's doing phenomenal, and he's a lot of fun to watch. So I'm excited about watching that also, because we are a mother-daughter. It's father-daughter dynamics. You know, we're the only ones like that. And so I was very excited to see that both Jack and Chelsea were on the race. It felt like, okay, there's a little bit of maybe a level playing field here if we're ever at the bottom. But that was wrong, because Jack is doing phenomenal.
He's killing it.
He's a lot of fun to watch.
Yes, I agree. Jack and Chelsea, I think I said this in Chat BCC, which, by the way, guys, if you're watching, you should join Chat BCC.
Yes, you should.
They very much remind me of like that classic Disney Channel dad, Disney Channel daughter. Like, is that to a T?
That might be the familiarity of it all.
She's like, Dad, don't cry over spilled milk. Don't cry over spilled milk. Like,
You're bringing up the spilled milk.
Yeah, exactly. This is spilled milk, isn't it?
They also, their navigation. Every episode, I'm like, how did they stay in? But they were so, I remember them being so distinctly good at the challenges that even though they did end up losing a lot of time through navigating, it was the challenges that saved them. So,
Here's the thing about the navigation that Lexi and I could share with you. I'll
mm,
let Lexi tell you because it was on that first leg of the race.
yeah.
They
Oh,
didn't air any of this.
I
Yeah,
think I
I don't think we talked about it, and they didn't air it, which I'm surprised because it was kind of ridiculous on our part. But it was right when we got into our first cars. We just started the race, and we're freaking out. And we see Jack and Chelsea getting directions, and they immediately get into the car. And our thought process was like, he's a dad. He's gonna know where he's going. We're
He's
gonna
a
follow him.
fireman. He knows how to get
True.
there
Yeah, like
quick.
they looked so confident. We were like, all right. We didn't even like communicate with them that we were following them. We were just kind of tagging along for the ride. And Chelsea started to catch on, and they had to stop a couple more times for directions. We're like, all right, we must be getting close then. Like if they're stopping and asking people. And then I think we stopped with them 6 times. We didn't even get out of the car, and I could just tell on Chelsea's face. She was like, what is Angela and Lexi doing? And then I think, yeah, after the 6th time they stopped again for directions, I just looked at my mom. We're like, all right, this is like a little crazy. We should probably leave. Like,
Well,
we should probably go to our own.
none of this was Lexi's choice for us to follow them. She really wanted us to find our own way, but I felt like we were going to save time if we did follow them. Big mistake because, yeah, they were just as lost as we were. And Lexi straight up told me, literally, she looked back at me and she goes, that was the last time. We are not following them. We're going to go get our own directions and we're going to get there. And sure enough, I had to listen to her, obviously, because my way was not working. And it was just another example of our experience on the race where I really did have to allow Lexi to make decisions for the both of us, because normally as a parent, the dynamic is I'm always right. You know what I mean? I just, and it's unfortunate a lot of times that I am like that, but it's just because it's hard sometimes to let go of those apron strings and let your kids actually lead the parent, you know? And so that dynamic really did change over the course. We weren't there long. We weren't, but it did show me that like Lexi can make really good decisions and my way is not always the right way. So that was something that I learned on the race. And I also, like with Lexi living so far away, like in Las Vegas, and I'm all the way here in Utah, I can't get to her quick enough. And so, yeah, I do track her phone to know where she is at all times. But also I've kind of relented from that as much because I know she's okay. I know she has street smarts. I know she can make great decisions. And Lexi's much older than, like, she's not a teenager. You know, Lexi, oh my God, remind me, you're almost 25. So she's
First of
old
all,
enough.
you're such a liar. You still text me all the time. No, you know what she'll do? I know she'll check my location beforehand, and then she'll text me, where are you?
Hey, Lexi,
and I'm like,
you have
literally
no
know
clue
where I am.
how much more I used to do it. You have no, it was almost obsession.
You have it on like Big Brother Live.
I've let up so much. You don't know how much I used to watch you.
No.
You know, she still won't tell me where the AirTag is in my car.
No, I'm not gonna. Because she had a car stolen from Vegas the first week she was there.
A car stolen?
Yeah, she had no car. She went to go to work and it was gone. So,
Do you know?
I'm gonna have an AirTag, and she just got a brand new car, so I'm looking out for her.
Yeah. No,
That's fair.
listen, your mom just is looking out for your safety and your well-being, which I'm sure
Yes.
you know. And baby steps. It's all about baby steps.
Yeah,
And
all baby steps.
I
She
mean,
knows I love her and I mean well. I'm trying to be better and back off a little bit more, but it is something I felt like I learned on the race with Lexi, you know, and I'm so appreciative for that.
yeah.
So appreciative. And maybe, oh, go ahead, Lex, or whoever was talking. Sorry, I talked too much.
No, Angela, continue. That's why you're here. Hello.
Yeah, we're here to interview you guys.
I'll say this about you too, Mom. Something I know, I always knew that you were so strong and resilient, but I really saw it come through on the race. Like the fact that you were able to hold your own too, and keep up like that. It didn't shock me, but it was really cool to see it play out in action too, being that, you know, you are 50 and we're up against mainly 20 and 30-year-olds, and we were really like keeping up with everybody. So it was really cool to see like such a kick-ass mom in action.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I love
Had
that.
to come down that darn foot race. Oh!
No.
I am a firm believer that every team got exactly what they were supposed to out of the race, and no matter how long we were there for, I think if you went into it with good intention, then you probably left it learning something about yourself or about the other person, and that to me is more valuable than a million. Now, granted, I would really very much appreciate a million. But we were just talking about this with Natalie and Stephanie because we had them on last week when they were eliminated. They're obviously sisters, and through the race, they discovered that they can also be friends. And Simone and I, we only have a 2.5 year age gap, but she very much feels like my baby sister, and I'm, the big sister. But on the race, we were partners, we were equals. I got to see just how much she's capable of. No, Lexi got kicked off. Wait,
No.
let's wait.
How?
Maybe it's her Wi-Fi. We can wait for her to rejoin.
Yes. Oh wait, so sorry. Will we be inputting this in the recording?
Yeah, it's fine because Big D's not going to edit it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think that what you guys got out of the race was meant for you, and I love the fact that you, I guess, learned how independent your daughter is, and that's a direct product of the way that you raised her.
Yeah.
And she was reminded just how much of a superhero you are. So that's
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I think we definitely got a lot out of the race. We would have loved to have gone further had we not missed that train that never showed up with the other 3 teams that we were with, and been at the bottom of the pack. If we had been able to actually get that train, the circumstances would have changed everything, and we could have stayed in a little longer, maybe a couple more legs, who knows. But yes, I'm with you that we got what we wanted out of it. And
Yeah.
the experience to be able to go and travel like that is remarkable. I didn't know that I would want to go to countries like Prague,
Yeah.
and to hear, I'm literally running to the clue box and some guy goes, "Go, Angela." I'm like, "I'm in Prague. How do you know me?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm from the U.S." I'm like, "Oh, okay." But I mean, beautiful, rich in history and culture and all the things. I need to go back. I need to go and experience it. I'm sure you guys can vouch with how beautiful it is and how people just kind of ride their bikes everywhere. It's a slower pace of life. It just feels so family oriented and just so wonderful. I just really, really loved being there, and I want to spend more time.
I think we should redo the season, but this time we just shouldn't have any of the brother teams back. So no Jag and Jack, no Tucker and Eric. We can have Joseph and Adam. They're fine. They're lovable. And
I'd say Jack and Chugs are also lovable.
yeah, but they
I'd
keep
say with Tucker and Eric. Yeah, that's true.
3 legs at this point. Tucker and Eric have won 4, so we get rid of them.
Are they up to 5 at this?
But yes, Angela, I live in LA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, okay, let's see. What was your guys' favorite challenge to do while you were there?
Okay, wait. Actually, it was mentally so exhausting, but I really liked the what's it called with the chairs? The crest.
Yeah.
Okay, only because at the end we felt so relieved that we were able to do that challenge and work as a team. And they only showed a little snippet of it. Oop, am I reaching? They only showed a little snippet of it, but afterwards we were cheering for 10 seconds in there, and everybody was cheering us on and so happy. And so it was just like a bunch of emotions and just static.
I would have to agree. That was probably one of my favorite ones too, because we were getting to talk to the locals and, just we were having fun going back and forth with trying to say and enunciate some of those really hard names. It was so fun. I know they knew we were frustrated, but having fun with it and laughing with them. And then when we did get it, like Lexi said, they really did cheer us on and celebrate. It was like this whole big it's like, yeah,
roar.
it was wonderful.
Angela, I do have a question because, and this might be because of the edit, but it looked like you guys finished Remember the Chair before Turner slash Matt and
We
Megan did, but then it looked like you guys waited for them.
Yeah, we stood there and we worked together on that challenge.
Yeah.
And so we definitely, we waited. We didn't know it was the Matt next because we had to go to the next clue that then told us to go meet Phil. And so we both stood there just like and another thing they didn't show in the edit was just before we got to, well, we did wait for them, by the way. We contemplated, do we wait? Do we not wait? This could be a foot race. And we waited. And it was just it wasn't too long. And they came out. We ran together to the clue box. When we got to the clue box, then we learned we were going to be running to the mat to meet Phil. And Matt and Megan literally, and I wish they had captured this, or I think they did capture it, but it just didn't make the edit because how could they put everything in? And they were like going, and I was like, they were like wanting to wait for us. And Lexi and I were like, no, you guys need to go, like run, don't wait for us. And they kept looking back, and it was this long stretch along that cobblestone road, and they kept saying, "Are you good? Are you good? Do you want us to wait?" We're like, "No, go!" And all we kept thinking was, maybe this is a non-elimination leg. Maybe they knew we missed that train. They knew we had some things going on. Kind of give us a chance here. But I wish they had shown how sweet, wonderful, kind-hearted, just really great humans that Megan and Matt are. It was a great experience with them. We spent the longest time with them, and Kat and Alex.
Yeah.
And I wish they would have shown more of that dynamic of how those relationships formed.
Yeah.
But again, they just can't show everything. It's too much.
Which is so frustrating because wait, how did like X, Y, and Z not make the edit? Like to me, that was such a crucial part of the story. But again, they have a narrative to tell that will sort of make like the ending make sense. And so I get it. I was just gonna say, our entire cast is so supportive of one another. Of course, everyone shows their support in different ways, but the fact that Matt and Megan kept turning back around to see if you needed anything like that just doesn't surprise me because I feel like, well, I mean, A, they're wonderful people, but also B, I think a lot of our cast is that way. Like we look at one another, and so I feel very lucky to be part of this. And also I remember when Simone and I left, I think Megan and Matt were the first people we FaceTimed because Turner was the only one whose number I had.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, Angela's my new bestie. I was like, to get to know her too, because we didn't spend that much time together.
I know. That was probably, Lex and I talked about that. Right, Lex, like that was the hard part is that we did get to spend just a little bit with everybody, just a little bit, but not enough.
Yeah.
We would have loved to have gotten to spend more time.
I feel so connected with everybody, like from our whole class, because of like relationship too that we all built outside of it, and our group chat is so funny.
Yes.
I don't know. I just already like I really do feel like so connected with everybody, and I had no expectations going into it at all. But the fact that we all share such a similar experience and we talk about it after the documented is so special. And
I agree, Lexi.
I agree as well. And I feel like the whole like sense of camaraderie and like even waiting for one another definitely held true like in the first week / even like at the go-karts, the way like Hannah and I and Rubina and Christine waited for each other, or the way that Stephanie and Nat and Joseph and Adam wait for each other. Like there is just such a sense of like community there, like throughout each pairing, throughout each person's leg. So I completely agree. And everybody in our cast is just so amazing. Like, how could you not want to cheer each other on?
And they're hilarious.
And I think people at home should also know that, like, we weren't just handed this opportunity. Like there was a lot of people in the running for it apparently. And, you know, we had to earn our spot, really. You know, we had a lot of interviews, a lot of red tape to get through. They had the idea, the concept that it'd be Big Brother and a loved one, but there was no guarantees that any of us were going to, you know, actually make it. And so it's very cool that we were chosen to be on the show, and they wanted our dynamics and they wanted our stories. And so I think that's really cool. And I feel lucky, so lucky.
Yes. And also to go along with that, like Simone and I weren't just put on the show because of me. Angela and Lexi weren't put on the show because of Angela. Right. As you said, Angela, there were so many people who were in the running, and even though they by themselves are super big personalities and memorable players from Big Brother, they didn't end up making the cut because
I heard a lot.
Right. So like it was just as much Simone as it was me. It was just as much Lexi as it was you. And I'm so happy to get to kind of watch all of these relationships play out. And at this point, like I feel so comfortable texting other people's loved ones instead of like I wouldn't go through you, Angela, to text Lexi. Like I've been messaging Lexi on Instagram. Anytime she posts, I'm like, Barbie, oh my God. Like, Lexi, I'm your biggest fan. Song choice, outfit, hair. Like, and Lexi could breathe. And I'm like,
yes. No, same. Or even like the fact that like I literally will just like drive to Jack's work at the fire station and just hang out, or I still have to go to Christine's flower shop, and then I also have to go to there's somebody else that lives in LA. Oh, Taylor and Kylan. I still have to go visit them.
Yeah, but we've known Taylor and Kylan for so long. I've lived with them. So.
That is true. And I guess they are both Big Brother teammates. Yes. So I guess that is more contemporary. I do have to visit them though.
You should.
Remember, I have to visit Utah, and Vegas I've never been to, so it is such a priority not only to visit Vegas, but to visit Lexi, of course.
Ooh, she's building the apartment too, so she'll be ready.
And then I'll have to visit you in Utah too, Angela.
You should. I mean, winter is gorgeous. We have this thing called ice castles, and it's literally Frozen, the movie, on steroids for big people. Yeah. Ice slides for real humans. Like, it's great.
I'm so done. Okay. You guys, I completely forgot the whole reason why we're here is to recap episode 8. So we should probably start doing that. It feels like Simone and I are just catching up with old friends.
I love that. That's good.
I
love the comfortability that we have with one another. So I love that. Thank you.
Well, of course, the last 41 minutes are evidence of that. I completely forgot we had an agenda, Angela.
Like, let's snap it down and let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, so episode 8. They are in Bucharest, Romania. This is their second leg that they've done in Romania. I will say the 7th leg, so the last leg where Natalie and Stephanie left, that felt super just physical and gritty to me. They were skydiving, they were herding sheep, they were making horse manure bricks. Yeah, or what, fermented manure? I don't know what they were calling it, but
processed
manure bricks. They were slinging masks. So they were getting down and dirty for sure. This leg to me seemed a lot more artistic. Something that Simone and I were hoping for, just because we figured these kinds of challenges would be more equitable, were like the cultural challenges, stuff that involved art, stuff that didn't just involve brute strength and running, because of course the guys are going to be better at that. Like our bodies just weren't necessarily wired to function that way. So I did really love this episode and the challenges that they got to do. What did you guys think about this episode overall?
I'll speak first if I can. Sure. I really did agree with you with that for sure. I did like seeing more of like the dancing and, you know, making those masks. And speaking of making those masks, it seemed like, was it only Paige and Izzy that chose to do that?
Yeah.
Which was great because I loved when they were there and, you know, they'd been running and we know how it is. You're go, 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 go. And they were just kind of trying to put this mask together. And Izzy just looked at Paige for a second and said, wait a minute, like, let's just breathe for a second. And they looked at each other and just like kind of dropped it for a second, kind of reconnected. And this is why we're here. This is fun. Let's engage in the moment and let's just breathe. And then they shared a kiss, and I was like, oh my God, I love them so much. That they just are human, and they were like, let's just like connect really quick. This is why we're here. We're together. We're learning. We're having fun. That's why we're here. We're having fun. And you just felt it in the moment. Like I felt like I was there with them, just being like, yeah, that's right. And they just did so well. And I was so I've been rooting for them. I've been rooting for everybody. But I mean, I just loved their dynamic. And I loved that they chose something. They took like the road less traveled with that. And I just, it was great. And I thought it was fun too when they got to, I'm talking about their journey a lot here, but just when they got to do the flutes and Izzy got to teach Paige something, a page out of her own book, if you will.
Okay, good one.
It was just cool, and I really enjoyed it. And honestly, just even watching like that Easter egg hunt. Oh my gosh!
Yes,
that would have been so stressful.
Stressful, yes, but also isn't there some comfort in knowing that this is a crapshoot challenge? Like this is a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
No one has an advantage here. And so it does really come down to luck, which means if you're one of the last people there, you aren't necessarily going to be the last person to win. So I can see how it could be like stressful, but also Izzy and Paige were the last team there to arrive there, but then Izzy and Paige left maybe fourth? So they crushed it. Lexi, we're just kind of getting into episode 8 and like overall thoughts.
Also, I'm so sorry about my phone. This 13 is like by a strand.
No, that's okay.
I talked about it earlier in the podcast. I love Izzy and Paige's dynamic. So the way they're able to communicate with each other and just like you're the writing for it. I'm shocked that not a lot more people did the mask making challenge.
Yeah.
Or maybe like if I picked up, I would have had my ass to the mask making.
Wait, you guys, is Lexi kind of choppy for you too?
Very
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was just me. Lexi, do you have Wi-Fi that you could connect to? Oh, okay. Let me see if I can figure this out. But I was just gonna say how going back to the last episode and the fact that Izzy and Paige were the only team to do mask making, I'm surprised that more of the teams who were at the bottom, so that would have been like Nat and Steph, Chelsea, Jack, Izzy and Paige, I'm surprised they didn't all decide to do mask making. Because I'm one of the last teams and everyone else is at like the more physical roadblock. Chances are I'm not going to be able to catch up to them. So my only hope is to do the other one that sounds like it may be harder, but it's probably actually easier because the Amazing Race likes to trick you. And that is enough to Lexi and hope that is enough to, I guess, like maintain my spot in the race. Okay, Lexi, this is better.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I'm not sure. It just keeps going like a notification, like reconnect or leave. And so I just hit reconnect and then it boots me out anyways.
Oh no. Okay, well, this is good.
It's not your guys' fault. It's my phone.
No, you're all good, Lexi.
So I apologize. And if you guys need like to do this again, I am more than willing to. I feel so awful and I can go borrow my friend's Wi-Fi.
No.
Because I'm like,
don't apologize.
No.
We're just happy to be hanging out with you both, like genuinely.
Exactly. And here at the Royalty / the Heavy Crown Network, I can promise you we are not known for being like pristinely professional.
okay. I mean, I literally have you guys in my fridge right now trying to keep my phone.
It's the dedication.
Exactly.
Let's see, I do just have one request. Is there any way you can rotate your phone, or do you think that's gonna mess things up?
No, it's on like I can. Or come on.
Okay, I don't
I
know.
definitely don't have it locked.
Okay.
Should I hold you like this?
Okay, so when you do that, for some reason, you okay, maybe go back to what you were doing before, because
Last time we did this, I had to like leave and then come back in, and then it did.
okay. For some reason, when
Let
you're
me do
on.
that really quick.
Okay.
1 sec.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Okay, so the way that this episode started out, as I said, this is their second leg in Bucharest, Romania. Natalie and Steph have unfortunately just gone home, so we have 6 teams left. But remember, 2 of these teams, Taylor and Kyland, as well as Jag and Jazz, have express passes. And those express passes expire in this. And so it's really just 4 teams racing against each other. You have Tucker and Eric, you have Joseph and Adam, you have Chelsea and Jack, and you have Izzy and Paige. So it's not an equalizer, meaning they leave in the same order that they checked in, spaced out by the same amount of time that they checked in at for the previous leg.
Right.
So Tucker and Eric, shock to no one, they leave because they are quite literally perfect. I don't know if they have. So they go.
The bionic men.
Literally, they are like transformers.
Yes, yes, they are.
Eric, because I really was convinced that Eric was a robot. Like, Eric didn't really talk much. Okay, this is perfect, Lexi.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay. Amazing. Okay. So, yeah, no, Eric was like so serious on the race. He
meant business.
He was committed to competing. He was not trying to make friends. Tucker was definitely the more social brother. So I was like,
even though we all became friends with Eric,
I think we forced our friendship on Eric, and then Eric after the fact grew to love us. But because we won't.
He had no choice.
Yeah, we won't let him do anything but love us. But on the race, I was like, I'm not sure if Tucker brought a human being on this race. With like, what if he is just AI? Because he wouldn't talk. Anyway, they are very real. They both, we love their personalities, but they were so focused. It was evident competing against them.
Yeah.
They get to the east. Well, I think they get to this park first. And then in that park, it tells them to go do this Easter egg hunt. So Eric is realizing like, wow, there are so many eggs here, and I have to match a very specific egg to one of the large eggs. It's a crapshoot. So there really isn't that much to say about this challenge. It kind of does come down to luck, but also being detail oriented. So anyway, Eric and Tucker get it. Surprise, surprise. If Eric gets it, I'm pretty sure on his first try. Again, no shock there.
Literally.
Jag and Jazz come, and I think this is really interesting that they decided to use their express pass on this roadblock instead of using it on the detour. Now, here's why I'm really curious to see like what you guys would have done. I wouldn't have used it on this roadblock because, again, if it's a luck competition, you're most likely going to leave in the same order that you came in. So if they're showing up in second, they're probably going to leave in second. I would save my express pass for the detour because you truly don't know what it's going to consist of, whether it's going to be skill, is it something you're going to be good at? So I thought that was a risky move of them to use their express pass that early. But what did you guys think about that?
So I know Jeff said something like he thought it was really time consuming. I'm just wondering when they saw Eric finish it like 2 seconds after they used their express pass. I'm like dang. So
wait, Lexi, you're still kind of cracking up just a little.
Oh my gosh. I'm being unable to
Wait, Lexi, what if you turn off your video? Is that what you said? And then we just record your audio.
Or if there's like a different part of.
Because sometimes that requires less data.
That's
true.
So I might like, as long as we can hear her. Okay. Hey, Lexi.
Hi.
Okay. We're good.
Okay. This is like a mess. I'm so sorry.
No, please don't apologize.
Lexi, you're all good. what were you saying? You were saying something about
clips. Oh yeah, okay. About like, did they regret using the express pass? Like literally when Eric finished that challenge, like so quick.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, who would have really guessed and like what could have happened? You know, like maybe they did the right thing. What if Jazz really couldn't find his egg for so long? So everything happens for a reason. But I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, again, Tucker and Eric just aren't real. I'm convinced.
Yeah.
I think if we were in
Oh
that
my
situation,
God.
we definitely would have done the challenge and not used it just yet, like you said, because you don't know what's coming up next. And the other one could be so hard that it becomes an equalizer, and then you're in a fight for your life. So the egg situation, I mean, yes, it's like finding a needle in the haystack, but it was doable, or they wouldn't even have it. And it looked like something that both Lexi and I could easily, try to attempt to do and get it done. It wasn't heights or anything too physical. So I think saving it would have probably been for us if we were still there.
Yeah.
Which we weren't.
Yeah.
but
Either.
that we would have probably talked it through and saved it.
Yeah. Okay. And Simone, what did you think about that?
I also, basically to second everything that everybody said, it's always so interesting seeing like when the express pass gets used like in certain seasons. I definitely agree. I feel like this is definitely like you said, Hannah Banana, something that you would hold the express to, like use it in the last case resort, in the very last challenge. But I feel like just like you guys are saying with needle in the haystack challenges, you never know.
Yeah, no, that's true. And then, of course, you have Joseph and Adam and Kyland and Taylor. They're all kind of working together to get to the park. Then they show up to the Easter egg challenge. Kyland decides to do it, and so does Adam. So they are,
Saves.
right. Love Joseph and Adam, but and Kylan and Taylor, but they are perusing through the field, if you will, looking for their eggs, and then you have Joseph and Taylor kind of, being a little playful. For those of you who don't know, Joseph and Taylor dated right after their season, so that was a little nod to their fandom. I was their maybe most staunch supporter.
Yes, you were their child.
I was literally because our mom is black and our dad is Indian, and Joseph's a brown man from the Middle East and Taylor's a black woman, and our parents are kind of like those two. So that was like the running joke. So I was excited that my parents were reunited. Okay, so anyway, let's see. Kylan eventually gets his. Well, no, I think Izzy might have gotten the egg before. Do you guys remember? Right after, right?
I think
sounds right.
Yeah. Okay, so while Kyland and Adam are searching for their eggs in this field, Izzy and Paige, they run up, even though they are the last team to depart from the starting line. They still get to the Easter egg before Chelsea and Jack, because Chelsea and Jack are having, surprise, surprise, navigational issues. But Chelsea and Jack get there eventually, and Chelsea decides to do it. Izzy decides to do it, and so we're off. Like 2 teams have left, and now we have pretty much the last 4 teams, and they know one of them is going to be eliminated this leg. They're all searching for their eggs. Kylan gets it. They leave. Now, Izzy and Paige miraculously get it. So they end up leaving before Joseph and Adam, before Chelsea and Jack. They're in this. They're no longer fighting just to not be in last place, because for the last couple legs, they've been like kind of crawling their way through the race. They haven't had a solid lead. So I was really happy about that. And then, eventually Chelsea gets it. And now you have Adam and Joseph, who got their third, who are now leaving in 6th. And Simone and I know this from experience. We got to the horse challenge third. We were the 3rd team to get there. And we were the 2nd to last team to leave, and then ended up falling down to last place. So that's very distressing.
It happens just like that.
just like
Exactly.
exactly. So what did you guys think about just the way that the egg challenge went and like the teams that left in the order that they did?
I don't know. It's hard. I'm rooting for everyone. Like this whole race, I've been rooting for everybody, and I do agree with you with Izzy. It's nice to see that they kind of like not always kind of like we're able to just have like that relief of catching up finally and finishing the challenge in a decent amount of time. So, because at this point it's like you're rooting for everybody. You don't want anybody to like spoil. Alright, can you guys hear me?
The connection's really bad. Can you just try to do voice only and not video?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi.
Let's
Can you guys hear me still?
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's so much better.
Really? Okay. Okay. Can you guys hear anything that I said?
Not really.
You've been repeating yourself. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. No, I'm sorry. I was gonna say at this point, like, I mean, the whole race is hard because, like, everyone's just like rooting for, you know, just we don't want anybody to fall behind or get eliminated. So it is just a crazy dynamic watching it now because I'm like everybody on the race, like, okay,
It's not good.
guys, I don't know what to.
It's not a good
Should
connection.
I? Maybe I just don't. Maybe I just don't talk for the rest of the podcast.
Wait, no, we definitely
Because I
don't
want to be like.
Mm, I don't know.
Is there, Lexi, may you mind me asking, is there like a different part of your house that would work better maybe? If you like keep on walking around and then talking, maybe we could tell you like if there's a sweet spot.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, I agree with Lexi in terms of it's really hard to root for a team because you also don't want to be rooting against a team. But I think just by sheer virtue of Simone and I being an all-female team, of course, like I really want to see Izzy and Paige do well and represent for the girls because at this point they're the only all-female team left.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of where my heart lies. But everyone was really kind to us, and so I'm happy whenever anyone has a win or whenever anyone moves a spot up, or whenever a team is able to overcome a really challenging moment. That's always super special to see. Um, so from the Easter egg hunt, they all leave one by one. Adam and Joseph, it took them a while, and Adam's blood sugar kept crashing. And I want to call attention to that because that is something that we admit patients into the hospital for. Having a low blood sugar is really, really, hey, Lexi.
Hi. Okay.
This looks good.
You're clear for now.
Yeah, for now.
For now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. It seems like my phone, like it will hold on to it for like 5 minutes or less, and then it's just doing the same thing. So I don't know.
I mean, we shouldn't be on for more than like 10 more minutes, I anticipate. So if you can just
Okay.
get out, if you and your phone, that would be much appreciated.
Yeah.
Thank you for working with me, guys.
Of course. No,
Of
thank you
course.
for being here.
Yeah.
We were just talking about Adam's blood sugar, how it kept crashing pretty much all leg, but also like all throughout the race. And I know they've highlighted the fact that he has type 1 diabetes a couple times, but as I was saying, like having low blood sugar, that's something that we admit people into the hospital for because it just causes a myriad of symptoms that could even be fatal. It's really dangerous. So for him, not just to be running the amazing race, which is hard enough in itself, but to also have to constantly be worried about his blood sugar levels and kind of like calibrating for low blood sugar, high blood sugar, and like Joseph and Adam actively having to make decisions surrounding like, okay, if my blood sugar is going to be low later in the day, then I'm not going to be able to do that activity, which means I have to do this activity, not because I'm better at it, but simply because
Yeah, exactly.
my blood sugar
Like out of necessity.
later. Exactly. So again, I just have to give Adam all the props in the world. He is Superman, and his brother is right there with him because you can tell how much Joseph just is. He's very protective over him. He champions in every way, shape, or form. Doesn't make him feel guilty because he has a condition. So I love the two of them so much.
I love that they shared their story a little bit too. Their dynamic. I loved seeing their childhood pictures, and it just makes me feel even closer to them. I love both of them very, very much. I love their story. I love who they are as humans. And they wear their hearts on their
like
sleeves.
the most
literally.
purest, genuine souls. Like I can't even fathom.
Yeah,
I'm like
100%.
Whoever they marry, they are so lucky. It reminds me of that song right now, like "Come Be the Man I Need."
Oh,
That one. Those are the guys that she's singing about. Okay.
That song was inspired by Joseph and Adam.
Angela, be careful because the way I was just talking to Joseph and the way that the internet ships Joseph with every single woman that he has ever spoken to, people are going to start saying, okay, Angela and Joseph showmance.
No, I honestly, like, when you get to be my age, you really just look at younger people like like your own kids. Like you just look at them like, they're part, like your friends and family. It just, it's nothing ever like that. But I'm very much a matchmaker.
I love it.
So I'm like, what the heck? How have these boys not been snatched up? And yes, they remind me of what that beautiful woman is singing about. Come be the man that I need. Like that is the man that she's singing about.
Yeah. Well, that's also like how how Jack told Steph, or no, it's how Jack told Natalie. He was like, "How are you still single, girl?" Every guy would be lucky to have you.
Yeah, no, we know you don't mean anything by that, Angela.
No, not at all. I'm happily married.
No,
of course.
I know. I'm just being facetious.
And I'm not Miss Robinson, by the way.
Oh. Like the song?
Oh.
I'm not a cur.
Okay. I was like, wait, I don't know.
Wait, is that what that song's about? I thought it was about Jesus.
I don't think so.
Oh. Wait.
You're so sweet, Simone. I just love you.
I really did. That's like on my playlist too. Jesus loves you more than you will know. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
No. I'm dying right now. I can't wait to go tell my husband your misconception.
I can't believe it. I blast that song all the time just driving, like do 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 do.
Oh, I like
I'm gonna lose it.
Okay, so let's see, where are we in the okay, we just talked about Adam and Joseph, and then they go to this like building that I guess weighs 4.1 tons. It's the heaviest building in the world. It's beautiful. Romania, by the way, looks like a beautiful country.
Yes.
They have the choice of choosing the dance detour or choosing the flute detour. Now, all teams but Jag and Jazz choose the flute detour. So Tucker and Eric, of course, surprise, surprise, get there first. This should be a game. Whenever Tucker and Eric win, sip your drink.
Yeah.
Tucker and Eric get there first, and of course they build their flutes like pros. They get it down pretty quickly. I think it takes them a couple attempts. So anyway, they finish. Jag and Jazz choose the dancing detour, and Simone and I, of course, would have been all over that dancing detour.
I know, but
Yeah.
Hello. But I did love the fact that Jag and Jazz were just talking about how dance and music are kind of windows into a culture and like the soul of the people who live there. And that just made me really happy to hear like their appreciation for dance, because that's really what dance is. It's a universal language. I don't have to speak your language to learn about your culture through movement. So I loved seeing that. And
I never thought about that. That's so beautiful.
Thank you.
That's I think about that too with Amazing Grace and just connecting everybody like that. Okay, I love. Sorry, I love.
No, dance really is beautiful. Like you don't have to be good at it, but it's something that everyone truly can enjoy. So I loved hearing about like their motivation for picking the dance challenge, and they were super cute. Jazz turning kind of aimlessly in a circle, but then like finishing. I loved it.
Yes. And I loved the camera work too, how they focused on like the inside circle and then the outside circle. It was pretty cinematic.
And
That's pretty good editing.
Right?
Yes.
That's good.
Yes. And I did actually misspeak because Joseph and Adam chose the dance detour. I forgot. So Kyla and Taylor, they kind of decided ahead of time, we're going to use our express pass on the detour. I thought that was smart of them to leave it for one of the last challenges. Also, Kyland is musically challenged. I lived with Kyland for about a year and a half, so I can say this. He does not have a musical bone in his body. So I don't know how he would have done at either of these challenges, especially when it's so down to the wire. I think that they saved their express pass for honestly the perfect detour.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
They are able to bypass. They've moved on. So now we have Izzy and Paige. Izzy is in her element. I have been waiting for a flute challenge for Izzy, and she gets something that is just catered to her wheelhouse. She's a professional flautist. That's what she does for a living. And I thought it was super just like sweet and endearing how she got to teach Paige how to play the flute and kind of let her into her world back home just a bit. What did you guys think about that?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it. I love that she got to teach her something, and she spoke about that. I thought it was wonderful. I just love their dynamic overall. And yes, it was cool that it seems like even like some of the challenges are just right up into somebody's wheelhouse power. What's that called? Wheelhouse?
Wheelhouse, yeah.
Yes. I love that. I love that there are things that people can identify with and do really well at. And it's not for everybody, but there's been certain parts of this race where I'm watching, oh, they're going to be perfect for that. Or, oh, that person's going to totally nail this. And I love to see that. I love to see people's skill sets being put to work and just watching them go, I got this. Like, and then they do. Like, I'm just like, yes. So I'm having fun watching that.
Well, Angela, I have a question for you and Lexi whenever she rejoins us. Okay. What did you guys feel like would have been the perfect challenge for you?
Ooh, so Lexi's a dancer. I don't know if you know that.
Yes.
And this girl has some rhythm too.
Oh.
Like
Yes. You let our soul train, our spirit tunnel at Universal Studios.
I love to dance. Lexi, honestly, because she's grown up a dancer and I've went to all of her. She went anywhere from ballet, tap to hip hop. Like in high school is mostly hip hop. And so I watched a lot of all of her, practices, all her routines, everything. And she was in club, competitive dancing with hip hop and stuff. So we'd go to we'd fly out to Vegas and I'd watch her and I'm in the freaking audience and I'm just like, yes.
So Angela,
I can throw down. I can have some fun. So dancing would have been like our thing. Like we would have, yes. We had a pact kind of going into it also that like anything with heights or, things that were kind of scary, like I'll do it if I have to, but we knew we had 6 and 6, like, right. You have to have even challenges between the teams. And so, anything that was heights, like he was going to handle it. And sadly, like, I wish I had, no, I don't. I'm glad everything happened the way it did, but I should have taken on the flower shop situation when we were in, but I didn't. And she nailed it. She did phenomenal.
Yeah.
But who knew what was going to be next? And so she took on more challenges than I did on our time there because we knew that she would do the heights things and I would do the things that were like puzzles or trivia type situations. Yeah. But dancing would have been our strong suit.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that Lexi was a dancer, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yes, because you guys are from Yorba Linda, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Orange
that's
County.
like Hannah. That's like the mecca of competitive dance. Is like Orange County in California, at least.
Okay, wait. Yorba Linda, is that the name of a studio or is that the name of a city?
That's the name of the city.
Oh, and it's called
Wait,
Yorba
like, do you know Molly Long, Hannah, and like Project 21? Like, that's in Yorba Linda.
Oh, wait, I need to look up how to spell the city's name.
YORBA and then Linda, LINDA.
Oh, interesting. Oh, Yorba Linda. Okay, I thought it was like your and then like the name Belinda.
Oh,
It's
it's my Belinda.
Yeah. Okay, my bad. Okay, sorry, brain fart. Okay, so that's interesting. We would have been. Listen, you and Lexi, me and Simone, dance challenge. If they had let
We
them
could have ran this thing.
together, oh, we need to be on So You Think You Can Dance, Angela, not the Amazing.
Yes.
I know. My stepdad was like, "So what's next for you, Angela? Dancing with the Stars?" I'm like, "You never know."
Yes.
You never listen, Angela. I would love watching you on a show like that. I think.
Oh, 100%.
That energy from week to week. So
there has to be somebody to make that jump from the Big Brother CBS multiverse. You could be the first.
True.
You just never know what anyone is capable of. You just got to wake up every day and just be like, this is my day to shine. This is my day to do something. This is my day to create a beautiful life, and go after goals and stuff like that. And who says you can't do it? Who makes those rules? Like, go after it.
Exactly. And speaking of going after it, Chelsea and Jack were in fact going after it, but in the wrong direction for like an hour.
I know.
Wait, they were taking the bus? I'm so confused.
I was so confused because nobody else had to do that. I'm
Yeah.
like, why are they doing that? And then when they started to run, they're running in the wrong direction. And she goes, I was following you. I don't even know which way I'm going.
They were the MVP.
Oh, no.
They were the MVPs of this episode for sure. And
yeah, they were. I loved it.
the scene of them talking about the spilled milk, I think that was my favorite scene this entire episode. No use in crying over spilled milk. Spilled milk.
It was a lot about milk. I was ready to go have some milk and cookies.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just in time for Christmas. But they, of course, get to the flute challenge and they beast their way through it. I know they have a couple attempts, but like if you've never played the flute before, you're not going to get it on your first try.
No.
Hello.
No,
Even Izzy and Paige had 2 attempts. So Jack and Chelsea, they killed it as per usual at these challenges. That is where they are able to make up ground, and that's a theme that I'm noticing. But at some point, it's going to get down to the wire where even if you are like crushing the challenges, if your navigation isn't A1, you're going to be eliminated. So I'm really hoping that they can kind of get it together and that they continue learning.
They will.
Yeah.
Crossed. And then Joseph and Adam, they get to the dance challenge last. Adam's blood sugar is dropping. You can see he looks a little pale, but he wants to keep going. And they end up getting it. And they were so cute in their performance. And again, I love all the teams this season. It's been such a pleasure watching them. Now there's like this last little challenge that each team has to do, and they have to make 10 michis, which are Romanian sausages. And these sausages, I guess, consist of like multiple different kinds of meat. So like
I was wondering, I was questioning why don't they say? That would have been hard for us because Lexi and I are both very, very choosy and picky. Like I can't eat lamb, I can't eat certain things, and like she and I would have struggled with that.
Ooh.
What is mystery meat? What are we talking about here? I mean, is it okay to eat this kind of thing? Like what the heck? But I know it is, but it's like, what is this mystery meat? I would have been quizzing that gentleman like nobody's business. What? Tell me, brother, what kind of meat is in here?
Begging for a clue from you because you would have just taken over as the judge.
Yeah.
I really don't know. They made it sound like it was a minced meat situation. But hey, everyone said it tasted really good. I saw that they gave a little mustard to dip the meat in. And honestly, like we weren't really eating that much on the race.
No, I know.
I would have taken any food because
Something warm. Yeah. Something warm.
12
You
hours.
spend a certain amount of money on that each leg, and you need to spend wisely because you don't know how much paid fares you're going to need to pay for taxis, buses, trains, whatever. And so you're like you're splitting a Happy Meal. Okay. That's what we did. We split a freaking Happy Meal. No.
Same.
You're offering me free food. Maybe I wouldn't even care about what kind of mystery meat is in that log. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't care.
And also, like, I don't know about you guys, but the adrenaline was so much, and we're obviously in a race, and so we're not even thinking about how tired, how cold, how hungry we are. We're not using the bathroom. Like, the conditions are kind of like Survivor, but they make it this glamorous thing because you're traveling the world. But I don't know. I feel like if you can do The Amazing Race and you can do Big Brother, you can do Survivor, because Survivor is kind of like the baby of those two shows. Like,
I would totally agree.
right?
We didn't get to sleep a whole night. We were in a train station, there, and it was overnight, and it was no sleep. You need to go now. It's always go, go, go. Big Brother is very contemplate, play with your heart, be strategic, however you play, but you have a lot of time nonetheless to think about things. Whereas on The Amazing Race, you're go, 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 go. It's you're really relying on another person the whole time, but you trust that person 100%, what you don't have in Big Brother, right? You don't have that 100%. You have your loved one here. So it's a good clash of probably your point to Survivor and Big Brother. So yeah, I think if you could do The Amazing Race, you could probably do about anything.
I think so too, Angela.
Yeah.
And so essentially the order in which all of the teams get to the Michi, they leave the Michi in. So Tucker and Eric leave first. Jack and Jazz leave right behind them, which is crazy that Jack and Jazz had an express pass, and yet Tucker and Eric still left in first place.
Yeah.
What happened there? Wow.
Like, I just don't even understand how you two are real. How? And then let's see, Kyland and Taylor leave in third. They obviously had an express pass as well. Izzy and Paige leave in fourth. Chelsea and Jack leave in fifth. Joseph and Adam are right behind Chelsea and Jack in sixth.
So they saw them. They're like, there's Chelsea and Jack.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so what I really want to call attention to is the fact that it's Chelsea and Jack and Joseph and Adam, and we don't know who's going to get to the finish, the pit stop first. Well, Jack and Chelsea, they make it by the skin of their teeth. They're still in the race. Top 5 teams. Joseph and Adam get there in last place, and Adam's already crying in the car, and you can tell he's defeated, and he's, kind of bogging down on himself, and he starts crying at the mat because he feels like he's let his big brother down. And I was like, oh my gosh, you boys are so sweet.
I know.
Down, and Joseph was just hugging him and comforting him, and I was like, this is the epitome of a sibling relationship. Angela, I'm not sure if you maybe saw your kids in that scene between Joseph and Adam, but that to me very much just I was instantly able to envision myself and Simone in their
me too,
because that's just the way that a big sibling looks out for their younger sister, their younger brother. And then when Phil got to tell them that they were still racing,
no,
if anyone, if it wasn't going to be me and Simone, I'm really happy that it was Joseph and Adam that got a second life in the race. They obviously have that much more of an obstacle to overcome because of Adam's diabetes, and yet they're still fighting, they're still kicking. And that would have just sucked if they had gone home on this leg in particular when Adam's blood sugar was just consistently plummeting.
Right.
So I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of the top 6 teams that are left. Do you guys have anything else you kind of want to add to your thoughts on this episode?
I would love to just touch on what you're saying there and just put my 2 cents in. But I have to say that watching Adam struggle with his diabetes a little bit on this race, with the highs and the lows of the sugars. My husband also is diabetic, so I kind of can identify with that a little bit. And so I'm also dynamic there. And so that's kind of what I was reading into. It was like Chuck and I when I was watching them, because we've been in some serious situations before. And I can't even imagine what these brothers have been dealing with on this race. You have to give them all the props for that, because that is a very serious medical issue that he's having to deal with. And he has to deal with it on a daily basis. But in the race, wow. And I loved how they showcased so much of their story, and then them getting to the mat, and then the struggles that they kind of just, when you get to the mat, it's so hard to describe to people, but because I had to describe it when I got home, it's like you just like this release, this rush comes out of you, because it was such a build up, and then you get to the mat, and like you're very, believe it or not, very emotional, and you just kind of like this rush release just comes out of you. And I saw that in them, of just being like, we made it, you know, whatever's to happen is going to happen now. We've done the best that we could. We gave it everything we had, and here we are. What's going to happen? And just, I felt all of the emotion, and I'm so glad they captured it, because I think they captured it so beautifully and so on point as to what was truly happening between the two of them and their dynamic in those moments. It's just, they really leaned on each other, and the love that was there of, you know, I got your back, you got mine, thank you so much. And all the understanding that they have for one another. I don't know. I was just all in my feels. And I love when The Amazing Race showcases a relationship like that. I felt that way between the two of you girls too. And I mean, back home as a viewer, not just because I know you, but it just makes you have this human connection, and you just really can identify with that experience of what you're going through in those moments. And, you know, dare I say, we shed tears back home, because we're like, oh, because this is like so wonderful, and it's just so heartfelt. And I love that they showcase that.
Same. And I mean, even like the same could be said about your relationship with Lexi. Obviously, you guys aren't siblings, you're mother and daughter, and so that's a different dynamic. But you could feel the love. It was very palpable. Um,
100%.
Everyone's journey has been just so beautiful to watch. I know we keep reverting to this term of like beautiful. We've honestly overused it, but like I can't think of anything else to describe it. Everyone's relationship feels very pure to me, and I love the fact that we're getting to know these Big Brother players who I've been a fan of for years now, in a different light, because we're being introduced to someone from home, someone who is a big part of why they are the way they are and why they maybe played the way that they played. So it's very humbling as like a super fan, because that's what I am. I just love being able to get a glimpse into why you are the way you are, Angela, in person, but also through the TV screen.
Exactly. Same here.
And
I do. I am somebody who, unfortunately, I wear my heart on my sleeve, and like I feel all the feels, and I just don't have a filter. I just, I just say it, you know. I feel it, and then I say it, and I'm just human, and you know, I do really love people, and like you're saying, I'll piggyback on that. I feel so lucky to have the relationships I took with me home from Big Brother, and the relationships that I've taken with me home from The Amazing Race. I'm so fortunate that I got to have that experience with my daughter, and with all of you. So it's just something that's a phenomenon. Like, oh my gosh, this is a legacy that we all carry now, that so few get to experience, getting to be on The Amazing Race or Big Brother. And now we have that. Like, that is so, it's like this beautiful, wonderful thing that we get to just wrap up and always keep with us in our minds and our hearts. It's just part of us now. And we're very fortunate to know one another and kind of have extended family and friends. It's just wonderful.
exactly.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful. Oh my gosh, there's that word again, beautiful.
Hey, you know what? That is not overused. I like that. It's beautiful.
Yes,
I
me
love to look
too.
at myself as a beautiful disaster. That's
Aw.
I'm like, I'm a beautiful disaster. Love me or not. Like, but
No,
yes.
get rid
But
of the
yes.
disaster, Angela.
Exactly. Just beautiful.
No, what a precious, heartfelt way to end the podcast. Lexi did unfortunately have to go. I think she's having some issues with her Wi-Fi, so we'll
Yeah.
see if she can maybe rejoin within like the last minute. But Angela, is there anything exciting that you and or Lexi are going to be up to in the next couple months or so?
Yeah, we're gonna go to that Over the Edge thing in Florida.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited about that, because there are so many um people from Big Brother, The Amazing Race, Survivor. So many fun shows, so many different personalities are coming to join in to really go for a cause. Like we all have our own perspective charities that we're trying to raise money for, and it's just going to be such a blast to connect with the people that we already know, the people that we're excited to meet. And so Lexi and I are doing that, and then we're going to spend a little time in Florida together. My other daughter's flying out with my granddaughter, and we're going to go and explore Disney World because I've never been to the one in Florida. So we're so excited about that. And outside of that, I'm just like prepping and planning my holiday meals, and we always do so many fun games at Christmas and stuff. We play modified Survivor and Big Brother and minute to minute games.
I love that.
So we literally play like from sun up till sundown. We play all kinds of fun modified games from these shows that I love dearly. You know, I'm a big reality personality. I love reality TV.
Same.
You realize just how much I do, but I really spend a lot of time watching it. I love it.
And Angela, are you going to make them do The Amazing Race this Christmas?
Yes, I thought it would be fun. There's a couple of things. I'm hoping for some more episodes, for some more like ideas. But I saw a couple that I really liked. I love the one that Lexi and I did. We might reenact that one with the human bowling ball. We may Yeah, and then the one Lexi and I loved the most was definitely like reciting and enunciating and pronouncing the names correctly. We might play something like that. But yes, that's what we do, and they win prizes, or we tally up points and then they win and pick prizes. So,
oh my gosh, Hannah, the Chaddhas will have to come over for a Murray Christmas sometime. This seems fun.
We just have a good time. It's hard to find things you can do with your adult children that keep them wanting to come back home. But there's always a meal on Sunday. There's always, there's always wonderful. I like to make it as special as possible for my kids to come home to.
And listen, if there's one thing about the Murrays, they will roll up, all of them. Because
yes,
Angela,
squad,
her son's boyfriend, her 2 daughters. I was like, this is a family affair, and I loved it because family is really important to us too. So yes, if there's one thing about the Murrays, they're all gonna roll up.
Yes. We're a tight bunch. We're a good road.
I can
see. Yes.
Well, anyway, Angela, where can we find you on social media?
I know it's crazy. It's so long. I wish I would just change it, but it's Angela_Murray_Utah Realtor for Instagram. And I think it's almost the same. It's just Angela Murray, Utah Realtor for TikTok. And yes, I've been doing that whole TikTok thing, and I'm silly and I'm old, but I'm having fun with it. So
you're killing it.
Yeah. No, your TikToks are so good. I'm like, who is the social media manager? Is it you?
It's fun.
No, you're very talented.
Yes. Do you come up with the ideas, or do you have like a social media manager?
I have no social media. Who the heck do you think I am? I have no manager. No.
Your TikToks are genuinely that good. That's why I was like,
no. So like seriously, my kids will text me or something and say, "Oh, you should do this," or "Have you thought about doing that?" So honestly, the kids inspire me a lot. So they're, your age group, you guys are down with what's going on and what's kind of like happening right now. I don't know. I'm all over the place with it. I kind of love the idea of kind of like really leaning into my age, being on TikTok, because I'm 52. And even though all this is 52, what's in here and in here is not. I'm still just a girl. I'm still a woman that just wants to live and have a fun life and experience things and still go after things, because I'm not gonna. I'll lay down when I can't walk anymore one day, and hopefully that never happens. But I don't want to rest. I want to go and hang out with my kids and go to a club and have fun. I want for a rapper to sing to me in Las Vegas like he did.
Who?
Rick Ross, okay?
What?
Rick Ross to sing to me, and he did, okay? I want to go and have fun. It's so funny. I hear people say, "Oh, she's at your age." Well, can you explain to me how a 52-year-old is supposed to act? Am I supposed to go because I'm a nana and go sit on my porch in a rocking chair and knit up a sweater for the grandbabies? I think not.
Maybe they expect like Golden Girls.
Right? Like, tell me what? Like when those people that love to like, come down on me for that, it's like, I'd like to see when you're, my age, how you behave. I am not hurting anybody. I'm having fun. I'm living my best life. And I'm very family oriented and I like to have fun with my family. So there, I'm going to just do what I want to do. And I don't have to apologize or bow down to other people's expectations or ideas of who I should be or who I should become as I'm getting older. Sorry, I'm going to keep dyeing my hair. I'm going to keep having fun.
Point blank, period. I agree with you, Angela. Yeah, don't let age or any other.
I'll be looking at you girls when you get to be about my age, because we're still going to be friends after all. And I encourage you to come out. I'm going to be much older than you then. And I'm going to encourage you to come out to the club with me. We're going to throw down. Come on. We're going to have a great time.
I look forward to it, Angela. And Lexi is not here, but you can find Lexi on Instagram at Lexi J Murray. So that's LEXIJMURRAY. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Okay, amazing.
Yay!
Thank you so much, Angela and Lexi.
It was fun.
Joining us.
I'm so happy that we're family. I'm so happy that we are together and we've got this wonderful, wonderful legacy that we've got to share with each other.
I agree.
Wise.
I'm glad that our relationship and our friendship has continued to flourish beyond the show, and it didn't just stop the second we were eliminated or the second we wrapped. That to me has been really, really fun too. I loved getting to do the premiere with you. I hope to see you soon, Angela. Thank you so much for joining us today. And viewers, please like, comment, subscribe down below. And just thank you so much, Angela and Lexi. You guys are the best, seriously.
Thank you both. Love you guys.
Thanks, girls. Thank you.
Bye.